Hey guys, this is Cherry, the Science Guru, come to you today with another video. This time we're going to be making elephant toothpaste, and I already kind of ran through the experiment twice and made sure, I had the water at the perfect temperature and all this and that. And so I'm using what's left of the yeast from the previous two experiments, but I do have like two more packs, and so I'm just gonna use some from one of those to finish measuring out how much yeast I need. And I need 1 tablespoon of yeast in order to do the reaction. And so that's what I'm measuring out. And as you can see, I have 3% hydrogen peroxide on the table. And this is how the yeast looks. And yeast, it is alive. So yeah, I think that's the pretty cool thing. And you can often look at it under a microscope. I've done it plenty of times and just looked at these cells under microscopes and different staining techniques and everything. And so now I have the water and I'm measuring out 3 tablespoons of that. And the water has to be warm in order for the yeast to properly perform the reaction. It can't be too hot because you will then kill the yeast. So I just threw it in the microwave for like 30 seconds, the water, and then from there I measured 3 tablespoons and dumped it into the cup that I placed the yeast in. And now I'm measuring out 1 tablespoon of food coloring. I think I chose red this time, but you can see from the stain in the cup that I did green previously. So I just add the food coloring in there, and if you want to keep track, so far I've done 1 tablespoon of yeast, 3 tablespoons of warm water, and 1 tablespoon of food coloring. And so I'm placing this all in its own cup before mixing it with the hydrogen peroxide. Eventually I put everything into the bottle and just conduct the reaction from there. But I want to mix everything in the cup first and try to smooth it out, and the clumps like that, I want to try to get rid of it and just mix it together by hand, which is a little difficult since I don't have a vortex like I would in the lab, but it's okay. It builds character or whatever. So I'm mixing everything, and now I'm getting ready to transfer it into the bottle. And as you can see, it's going well. I haven't wasted anything outside of the bottle yet. And it's not too clumpy where the reaction wouldn't work, but it is some clumps in there. And that's just the best that I could do with what I have. Maybe if I used a spoon or something, it would have worked better. It's okay. So yeah, now I'm just trying to clean off the tip of the knife, and I want to be as resourceful as possible and use everything and not leave anything behind, especially if I can see any of the yeast still stuck at the bottom of the cup. I want to try to get that because that's what's most important in order for this to work, is having enough yeast cells present. So I'm scooping and make sure I got everything that I could possibly get into the bottom. And so from there, I'm just going to continue to try to get everything off the tip of the knife and into the bottle. And now I just set that to the side. And as you can see, it's not that much in the bottle because in all you've added, 5 tablespoons? So yeah, it's not that much. And now it's time for the hydrogen peroxide. It's 3%, and you can see a little spill from when I had it earlier. Just a mess and no types of gloves. It's okay when I'm in the lab using harsh chemicals, so it's all good. So yeah, now I'm just measuring out half a cup of hydrogen peroxide. And since I'm using 3% hydrogen peroxide as opposed to 6%. It's not going to be the massive explosion that goes like 10 feet into the air. This is simply just a demonstration. I could do another video with a high concentration of hydrogen peroxide, and we see how that one goes. But this one's just a demonstration of elephant toothpaste and, kid friendly and everything. So I measured half a cup, and I'm going outside. I'm outside now, and here I'm going to add the hydrogen peroxide into the cup, the bottle that already has the yeast and everything mixed in it. As you can see, the reaction is starting right away, and it's slowly going up, but the yeast cells are breaking down the hydrogen peroxide and turning it into water and oxygen gas. And the oxygen gas is what you see, the foam like thing. That's the oxygen gas being trapped as it escaped from the bottle into the dye, and that's why you see it. So, and as you see, my dog is just all over me. That's his first time seeing me today, so he just wanted to show me some love, but he was getting too close and we had to stop him because I couldn't help him if he swallowed that. I wouldn't know what to do. And so, yeah. But after this, I was like, I wanted to see it again. And so it was there, but it wasn't enough for me. So, I tried to add some more hydrogen peroxide in it, and I realized that I left the yeast and the water inside the house, so I couldn't do nothing else. And so I was like, well, I just have to make a whole new bottle, and that was cool with me. This was like my fourth time doing it. And with this bottle, I doubled everything just to see the difference in the two reactions. And so now I'm pouring the hydrogen peroxide into it, and as you can see, it's filling up a little quicker, and more oxygen gas is being released from the breakdown of the hydrogen peroxide. So I did, like I said, double everything. I doubled the amount of water, the amount of yeast, and the amount of dye, and also hydrogen peroxide that I used for this bottle of elephant toothpaste. And you can see a major difference in amount that is being broken down, that the catalyst yeast cells are doing to the hydrogen peroxide. It's way more oxygen being released, and it's a lot more foam, and it's just a lot more. So as you can see, doubling the concentrations would increase the amount, and my dog knocked over my phone. He was just too excited. But here is a picture so you can see the difference in it compared to the other one. I'm Trail, the Science Guru, and thanks for watching.